Vanity Fair, as usual with upcoming Star Wars films, have today released their exclusive early coverage of Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. While there aren't any major spoilers to go over here, there are still some pretty cool pictures and insights about the movie that we will be seeing this coming winter. The first released photo is J.J. Abrams and crew filming the Rey TIE Fighter desert scene that we see in the teaser trailer. Not much to say about this other than the backdrop looks absolutely stunning, and JJ and crew all seem pretty focused on Rey's lightsaber. Most likely, this is the close-up shot of her grabbing her lightsaber before she ignites it in the teaser trailer. We get our first look of Luke Skywalker in Episode 9 alongside R2-D2. Judging from this that this is set at night, along with Luke still being alive in this shot and around all the fire behind him, I think this will likely be another flashback to the downfall of a Jedi Academy. We may get to see a little bit more of that scene and what Luke does afterwards when coping with this loss. It will be interesting to compare this with the Jedi Academy flashback scene in The Last Jedi, where Luke has his hood up and clearly shows far more emotion that he's seen here in this Episode 9 photo. It's more than likely that JJ simply wants to include his own spin on what happened when Ben Solo started his uprising that night of the other Jedi Padawans. So it looks like we're gonna be getting that here. Leia's new outfit in Episode 9 is revealed in this image of John Williams creating the score for this particular scene. I gotta say, it's interesting to see Leia wear something completely different like this, as I was under the impression that we'd just be seeing Leia wear her Resistance outfit from The Force Awakens. You know, all due to the fact that JJ is mainly using Leia's unused footage from that movie, so seeing something like this is very surprising and I can't wait to see exactly how he's done this. These are the locals called the Aki-Aki that live on the unnamed desert planet that we see in the teaser trailer, which actually now has a name and it's called Asana. This new desert planet is said to be on the edge of the galaxy, but other than that we don't know too much about it. As for these Aki-Aki, I can't imagine they would be sitting out in the middle of nowhere, so most likely Rey and the gang will visit them in some kind of town during the movie. A pretty cool shot from the Millennium Falcon cockpit featuring Lando, Chewie, Poe, BB-8, and the new droid Dio. Now, considering that Poe is in his desert fatigues that we see him wear while on Asana, we can only speculate that Lando either flies him and everyone else to the planet, or just ends up picking them up afterwards. But judging from Poe's clothes, and they don't look dirty at all, I'm going to assume it's the former and he just drops everyone off there. This is clearly the skiff that we see in the teaser trailer, but interestingly enough, we see Rey on it this time around. Which can only mean that my speculation on my trailer breakdown is true and Rey does start out on Asana with everyone else, but later ends up getting separated, especially when the First Order entered the picture. And judging from the background, it also seems like this could be the village where the gang visits and I suppose ends up renting the skiff from the Aki-Aki. Definitely the coolest shot from the entire Vanity Fair preview, but this could very likely also be the final epic duel scene between Kylo Ren and Rey. Based on all the water and the metal plating debris they're standing on, this looks like they're both possibly dueling each other aboard the underwater piece of the second Death Star ruins. On why they're fighting here is anyone's guess. Chances are that it connects to the movie's MacGuffin, which may be found there, and perhaps Kylo is maybe trying to defend Palpatine from Rey, who knows. Another interesting bit from this shot is that Kylo isn't wearing his helmet anymore, which could tell us that he may have it for only half or so of the movie. We got ourselves here a pretty sweet shot of Finn and Jenna on some new alien mounts called Orbaks. Judging from the background, this is from Finn and Poe's mission that they undertake together earlier in the film and end up meeting Jenna. However, both look ready for battle, and against who, well, we don't know, as I don't even think the leaks covered this bit. C-3PO is getting shined up by the crew during filming on the scenes on Asana, which we could also see BB-8 in his image too. For people who have seen my Episode 9 leaks video, then you're gonna know why C-3PO is traveling with Rey and gang throughout the movie. However, to keep this a spoiler-free video, I won't say any more on that topic. This looks to be another behind-the-scenes shot of the crew filming Rey and gang on Asana in that village that they presumably obtained the skiff from. You can see some of the local Aki-Aki off in the background and get a very Scavengers kind of feel from the look of their huts and vehicles here. General Hux is seen here of Richard E. Grant's character, who's named officially Allegiant General Pride. He's said to be a villainous character, and I wouldn't be surprised if Hux ends up teaming up with him to try and get a mutiny against Kylo Ren going, as I can't imagine Pride would approve of Kylo being Supreme Leader either. According to Vanity Fair, the two are on Kylo Ren's Star Destroyer in this promo image, which gives us confirmation that Kylo will have his own personal flagship in the movie. Oh, and get this, apparently Pride is supposedly Hux's father, which doesn't really make any sense at all. As we know in canon, that's untrue, as that was in fact Brendel Hux, which was long dead before the events of The Force Awakens. So either Vanity Fair got their information wrong, or Pride is more like a father figure to Hux than anything else. Or maybe JJ doesn't care about the current canon and made a mistake himself, who knows. Next, we get our best new look at Keri Russell's masked bounty hunter named Zuri Bliss. The character is said to be reminiscent of previous Star Wars scoundrels like DJ, Boba Fett, and Sam Wessel from Attack of the Clones, both in costume and motives. Vanity Fair especially says that the mask helps Bliss disguise both her identity and motives, which is a useful feature for anyone who wants to blend in at a shady cantina or at a thieves' quarter of Kijimi. And yes, Kijimi is the snowy planet that we see in the teaser trailer, and it's here according to the leaks that Zuri and Dio end up meeting Rey and gang. Last but not least, we finally get a proper live-action look of the Knights of Ren, which will of course appear on Asana, and that also falls in line with the previous leaks. They each have this kind of medieval/feudal Japan look to them, and judging from this image, none of them seem to be holding a lightsaber. However, despite that, they all still seem pretty damn intimidating. Not to mention that Vanity Fair at first also exclusively confirmed that Kylo Ren was indeed mowing down the Knights of Ren, or at least some of them in that Red Forest scene in the teaser trailer. But later in the day, they went back on this comment and said that it was an error, which does kind of make me curious. Was it really an error, or did they slip out something that they shouldn't have? Makes you think. A few other details that Vanity Fair also got for Episode 9 is that we'll actually be learning about the origin of the First Order, which of course was very much glossed over in The Force Awakens. In addition, Kylo Ren and Rey are said to have a personal connection between them that will run deeper than we ever thought it could. Could this hint that the two are maybe related? Who knows? And finally, one actor or actress that Vanity Fair were interviewing accidentally let it slip out that someone ends up dying in the film, but Vanity Fair have refrained from saying who. A prime candidate for this would be Kylo Ren, but that would be kind of obvious, and it's hard to say if JJ will be going the easy route for Episode 9, or at least he shouldn't. But let me know what you all think about these images and what Kylo and Rey's personal connection is all about. And as always, be sure to like and share this video, as well to keep it here to Silo for everything on the latest in Star Wars. N7 from Silo, signing out.